Hey guys, it's me Mario and welcome back to another video. So this is the first video in a new series that I'd like to start where we review Sans fangirls, both good and bad. And to start with, I figured I'd go with someone who is, well, sometimes considered the queen of Sans fangirls, and I agree with that statement. Scootaloo Loves Sans. So before we begin, I want to say that I am trying not to be biased here, because I personally think she's awesome at animating in almost all of her content. The animation is smooth and you can get the emotion that she's trying to go for. So I'm trying to get an unbiased opinion with what I have to say, but I'm sorry if that does happen. Anyway, let's begin. Now, this is something that if you only watch her videos, you probably won't know too much about. I mean, you can tell there's somewhat of a story going on by watching her animation memes, but you won't really, know the full story of what's going on. So that's where you go to her DeviantArt. On here, she posts comics and stuff about her characters. Now, I didn't get the story that I'm talking about from DeviantArt exactly. I got it from someone who dubbed it. So I might not have the full thing ready yet because they didn't upload all of the parts, but that's okay. Anyway, I just want to say that it's pretty awesome. Now, the Ponytail AU, which is the AU that she has, basically makes it where Ponyville and My Little Pony characters can be in the Undertale universe. Now, originally this did make me not like her channel, simply because she mixed My Little Pony with Undertale. Keep in mind, this was when I was more obsessed with My Little Pony than Undertale. And when I found the story of her characters, I realized that it's pretty amazing. I'm not going to go into this story because I think you guys should check it out for yourself. I'll probably link a little card up there or something, I don't know, or in the description. The story is really good, and it's the perfect elements to an AU. The things that need to be changed are changed, but yet everything else stays into the lore. And you can tell there is effort to make this happen. For example, making the ponies not actual ponies, but more so humanoid, because, well, then they would have probably just went underground with the monsters. And by changing both the My Little Pony aspect and the Undertale aspect, then you kind of get the AU. That's pretty neat. Anyway, that's all I'm going to say for that. Let's get on to our next point. How do you animate so good? It's amazing! I've seen her talk about how bad her animations are sometimes, and I just want to say, you're lying. Your animations are awesome. They're awesome, okay? You can't say that they're bad. That's a rule now. Anyway, actually talking, it's really smooth, and she doesn't upload animations a lot, but you can tell why. It's pretty hard to make smooth animations. I should know because I have a lot of trouble making smooth animations. I'm still working on an animation meme. Hell. Also, something that I want to point out is that she has very smooth lines while doing this. Now, this isn't shown in her earlier videos, don't get me wrong, but in her most recent animation memes, you can tell she put a lot of effort into making the lines smooth and not wiggle around like they do when I animate. Another thing she is really good at is doing colors and making sure the tone of the animation is right. Now, this is something that a lot of people don't really take in consideration, but you need to realize that if, you have bright, beautiful colors for an animation that's supposed to be sad, it really makes it hard for it to seem like a sad animation. It more thinks it's funny. That's not how you grammar. I'm too lazy to edit it out. Anyway, that's about all I'm going to say for her animation. Now, before we get on to our next point, I want to talk about some of her earlier animations and some of the stuff. And the only reason I'm bringing this up is because it's something that should probably be talked about, because it's happened, and yeah. So, on to our next point. So in her earlier animation, she did do some animations, and well, even though I don't really get why, that's personally just my opinion. I don't like them, but I don't hate her for them. And as far as, the animation itself, it still was pretty good, but the context of the animation was bad. Also, around the time that they were made, it was around when they were popular. Now, I don't know her, I don't know what she was thinking, but she might have just wanted to get popularity and so did those types of memes. And I don't blame her for that. Personally, not something I'd do, but she might have thought differently, and I don't hate her for it. Now, I know what you're thinking.
Oh, but Scootaloo technically isn't her character, it's just a character from My Little Pony, so technically this is, like, inaccurate.
Well, to that, my friend, I say you're wrong, because if you look at this and look at this, there's definitely a difference. You see, the thing that I like about Scootaloo Loves Sans' character is it's not an exact replica of Scootaloo. You can tell that she had to change some things. For example, she's not a full-on pony. She's more of an anthropomorphic horse with hands. Also, clothing, and this is something I do want to point out, and I'm going to use Equestria Girls as an example. In Equestria Girls, you can tell whose clothing is whose just by looking at it. I mean, it's quite obvious that this one with the balloons and bright colors is Pinkie Pie, and the one that's purpley and, stars and stuff is Twilight. But with Scootaloo, you can look at the clothing, at least as not like someone who's an outsider looking in, not like someone who's a big fan of My Little Pony. But from someone from my perspective, I could look at that and say, oh, I don't know that's My Little Pony related. That looks like a comfy sweater. I would like to wear that. And that's how most people feel. I don't think all our viewers are big on My Little Pony. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm pretty sure some of them are, but come on. They're all there for the Undertale. They're all there for the Undertale. Now, another thing I want to say is the coloring is pretty neat too. You can tell that she didn't take exact, color dropper copy of the colors from Scootaloo, but she also did try to stay true to the original colors. And as far as the clothing, she did try to make it seem, matching the colors, because it'd not look good if it didn't. So, yeah. The last thing I want to say is I know she gets hate simply for just being a Sans fangirl, and I'm pretty sure that people have just reasons for this. A lot of Sans fangirls are pretty crappy and, like to kill each other, and that's not good. Just don't kill people over the internet. It's stupid, and it's obvious that it's not going to do anything. Anyway, that's about wraps it up for this video, and if Scootaloo is watching this, I want to say I give your channel a gold star, so there you go. Now let's cut to the end card.